Zalgus is a ranged magical mage that dominates the late game with his incredible damage. Zalgus performs best in a lane, excelling at both harassed focused tactician role and, more so than other mages, the farmed focused gladiator role. In the early game, Zalgus must often focus on either a more crowd control focus build or a more burst combo build, depending on which abilities he ranks first. Pay attention to what your lane partner's strengths and weaknesses are to determine the best ability order. Remember, Zalgus has no mobility whatsoever, making him extremely vulnerable. Using crowd control abilities at the wrong time can often end in Zalgus' death. Zalgus fires an enchanted chain in a target's direction, dealing magical damage to all enemies it passes through. The first Shaper who is hit is briefly rooted and linked to all other enemy nearby Shapers. If any damage is done to the rooted Shaper, all linked Shapers also take a % of that damage. Burden of Knowledge is both a passive and active spell. As a passive, Zalgus' basic attacks deal bonus magical damage. Also, every few seconds, his basic attacks will also knock up an enemy Shaper briefly into the air. As an active spell, Zalgus reveals a targeted area in a large cone for 3 seconds. Zalgus opens a rift at a target location, dealing magic damage to all enemies in the area. This ability does have a delay before dealing damage, so remember to time it wisely. Zalgus fires a bolt of energy in a target's direction, dealing high magical damage to the first Shaper it hits. If Final Chapter kills its target, Zalgus may recast this ability. There is no limit to the number of potential recast, however, additional casts must be made within 12 seconds from the first shot. Because Zalgus has no mobility, it is important to never dive head-on into the brush. Even warding can be very deadly. You can use his Chains of Fate ability to check the brush for you. With its very long range, it can safely let you scout. Once a Shaper has been rooted, he is visible for the duration of the snare. Any linked Shapers, however, will not be visible, so be careful. The passive from Burden of Knowledge will not trigger on any type of buildings. Do not count on any extra damage while attacking towers. For starting items, I pick up Power and 3 health potions. For my core, I pick up Destruction, Veracity, and Chaos. For extra additional offensive items, I pick up Pain and Rage. For defensive items, I pick up Subjugation and Stamina. Let's take a look at Zalgus in action. Seeing Reyna enter my Fog of War, I double back into the brush, but seeing that I do overextend slightly, I'm going to have to use Chains of Fate to pin her down, giving a chance to Renzo to use his ultimate Masterpiece ability. I am getting very, very low. My Chains of Fate is off a cooldown. I'm going to use that to pin her down once again. Unfortunately, Moya does use his ultimate and miss, giving me that extra time to get back into my tower. He is going to overextend. I am going to be able to use Chains of Fate plus Final Chapter to get him very, very low. I missed Great Rift by timing it incorrectly, but ultimately we are able to take down Reyna with a couple well-placed stuns and excellent teamwork. In this engagement, Moya is going to overextend slightly, giving Renzo that time to stun, and I'm able to finish off and get the first kill with Great Rift. In this engagement, our team opens up in the enemy jungle. I see Moya coming in for one of my teammates. I open up with a Chains of Fate into a Great Rift, allowing my teammate to pick up the kill and luring the enemy team off. Thanks for watching the Shaper Spotlight, brought to you by Dawnsource.com and DenialEsports.com. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and as always guys, God bless and have a wonderful day.